Hi, this is Seth Chitwood. I'm the director of The Dreamer, and this is the Dreamer podcast. Usually Jordan Angelo is going to be doing this with us, but she couldn't be here today. But today we have a special guest, our leading male of the show, Derek Rocha, who plays Roger. How are you doing, Derek?
Doing great, Seth.
Oh, that's wonderful. So I guess we just could jump right down into business. Derek, you play Roger in The Dreamer, and just explain a little bit about who Roger is.
Well, Roger's a pretty arrogant kid. Initially, he thinks pretty highly of himself, and doesn't take life too seriously. But during the movie, he definitely changes into a more serious and troubled character.
And I guess you see, it's called The Dreamer. So why do you think it was called The Dreamer?
Well, the movie itself is based around the crazy dreams that Roger has and how deeply it affects him.
So we started this program back in about March of 2008, where we started to write the script, and I think we cast Derek around June of 2008.
Yeah, June's about right.
About June, and you got the script obviously, and it was we added a lot of scenes since then, but we got pretty much a full script of actually like half the movie in that script. But when you first read Roger, what did you think?
I really liked him. I could definitely relate to him. The kid really does have some problems that he had to get through, and I really had a lot of fun portraying him, because he's not your average standard run-of-the-mill character, and he really has a whole lot more to him than just what's on the surface, and he's layers and layers and layers deep, and during the movie I really tried to portray that, and when I read the script I definitely saw that.
Now, you have obviously done a lot of acting, and you were just in Annie playing Daddy Warbucks, Barrington High School Stage Masters production. Of all the roles that you played, is this one of your favorites or hardest or what?
Well, this is actually this is my first movie that I've done full. I have been involved in other movies, but his character is definitely probably one of my more favorite parts, because I'm able to relate to him. Unlike the majority of the characters I play, who are usually tend to be older, not high school students, and the plays I'm in also don't deal with the issues that high school students go through. Obviously, Roger doesn't go through the same things that high schoolers go through, but he definitely he's a high schooler, and I really do enjoy playing someone my own age. Because it's easier to relate to and easier to get into the character of Roger. So yeah, I'd have to say he is probably one of the better roles I've had.
That's very nice. In the movie, you play Alessandra Drapos's boyfriend, and actually in one of the scenes, we see you just finishing off on some sexual
promiscuous activity.
Yes.
Yes.
What's it like working with Allie Drapos?
She was great. We had a lot of fun working together, and hopefully we'll continue to have lots of fun working together. But
have you ever worked with her before?
Actually, I don't think so. I don't think I've really worked with her too much. We were in sophomore year. We played brother and sister, but that really wasn't emphasized, and we didn't act too much together. So not really. No. She's definitely probably the one of the more fun co-stars I've had. We definitely have a lot of fun together while we were acting. We joke around, but she definitely takes her art seriously and really makes sure that the product that gets out there is definitely quality product, and she does the best she can do no matter what, and she definitely also keeps the atmosphere pretty light. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun working with her.
Now, in case you're wondering, Allie Drapos plays Allison in the movie, and she sort of uncovers the mystery. Derek dreams into has minds of several people getting killed by this killer, and sort of goes on this mystery to figure out what's going on and why he's seeing what he's seeing. And Allie sort of goes and finds out for him and sort of solves this mystery. It's just a lot of fun, but I wanted to talk a few minutes ago. We just talked about how when we first meet Allie for the first time, you guys are sort of doing some sexual things,
yes.
Or of course nothing on camera, but it is an R-rated film. Now, how R do you think it is?
Oh, it's it's definitely no worse than the stuff they have out there nowadays. I mean, I'd say ours is a pretty tame R. Usually, R could entail complete nudity, which there is none. I guarantee you there is none of that. Excessive swearing.
We only wish. But
We only wish, yes. Unfortunately, none of us are of the legal age to actually be able to do that, and I don't think we would if we could.
Yeah.
But I mean, as for the profanity, it's not too bad. The scenes can get gory at times, but for the most part, it's a tame R, but it's most certainly an R-rated film.
And I mean, there is a lot of violence. There is a lot of blood. There is a lot of blood actually, and there are some swears. But do you think that, like, how young do you have to be to watch this film? What's the youngest?
Not very young. Not very old. I think the age limit would probably be pretty low, and really, the discretion does really lie in the parents. But I mean, definitely high schoolers probably hear the language that we utter in this film every day in school, and probably a lot of middle schoolers do as well. So, I mean, I'd say you could probably be even in 6th grade. Maybe some of the jokes would fly over your head, and maybe some things would be a little scary. Hopefully, because that's what we are going for. But for the most part, I think really you don't have to be too old to watch this. Definitely, by the time you hit middle school, you should not be too offended by what is said on the camera.
Now, obviously, you during the summer we'd spend a lot of time filming this, and you were here almost like once or twice a week. I think even more.
Probably more.
So obviously, your friends will call you up to see if you can hang out, and you're like, "No, I got to go film a movie."
Mm-hmm.
So, what are your friends saying about this? Are they psyched, or are they asking you a lot of questions, or what are you hearing?
Well, for the most part, they're a little upset that I don't get to spend as much time with them as they would like. But I mean, that's.
Do they hate Seth Chitwood?
No. Seth Chitwood is okay by them, but for the most part, they do seem excited. I think the way we're releasing it on YouTube, 10 minutes every week, will definitely really build the suspense.
And, I'm sorry. And do you think that the plot is okay, but do you think that they're going to sort of, your friends are more going to watch it to see you, and sort of they're going to get the kick out of seeing like you and Allie and Henry and all of these people that they're friends with?
Well, I think that would definitely help, and I think it would help in any movie to see people that you're friendly with and people that you know. But I mean, I hope what ultimately has them enjoy the movie is not, the people who are playing the parts, but how we play the parts, and how the movie's put together into something that's hopefully coherent and hopefully really enjoyable and definitely suspenseful.
And in case you're wondering, the movie does come out on YouTube, as Derek just sort of talked about. On January 30th, it will be debuting about 9 to 10 minute episodes every week on our YouTube channel, which is www.youtube.com/thedreamer1425. And each week, starting January 30th, there'll be 10-minute episodes posted, and just follow the storyline. There might be a few weeks where we might take a small break, but it'll probably last from January 30th to about March 30th, early April. We're hoping to do about 10 to 11 parts. Now, we're about to wrap up in a few minutes, but I want to just ask Derek this question. I don't know, if you also go onto our YouTube account, that channel, we have Q&As of Allie Drapos, Hope Hutchings, and Derek, of course, answering questions. And what I want to just touch a small thing is that Derek said that his favorite character in the movie was Dr. Rose, who's played by Henry Brinkerhoff. Henry Brinkerhoff, he's a sophomore at, do you know what college he's at?
The University of Pittsburgh? I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either, but he's a sophomore there, and he was so much fun to work with. I'm assume.
Oh yes, he definitely was. A lot of jokes always, and really kept the cast upbeat. And he would improv during scenes, and it would just be hilarious, but also really good. And he really got into his character.
You're hearing R-rated. Swearing and stuff and violence, but don't think that that's all that the movie is. There's a lot of dark comedy in it, of course, and I think that of all the characters, I think Henry really brings comedy, of course, to the
definitely
to the show.
Henry's character is really out there. He's unable to really connect and really fit in with the mainstream society because he is absolutely crazy, and Henry takes that part and it probably makes it even crazier than what's written down, which I would have found completely impossible. But somehow he manages to do it with comedy and with a lot of exaggeration and devotion.
So I don't know if there's anything else you want to say.
No, thank you very much, Seth. Great process.
Yes, and once again, The Dreamer will be debuting on YouTube.com starting January 30th in 10-minute episodes. Catch the first episode on January 30th. That's it for The Dreamer podcast. Join us next week where we'll have Alessandra Drapos on the show answering some questions about her character, and Jordan will be back. Thank you so much, and see you then.